Hello everybody, and welcome to the third video log of Alchemy Hawk and his RuneScape adventures. It's only been 5 days since my last vlog, so I have kept my promise of putting shorter time in between each update, because I have a bad memory, so I couldn't always remember the details of what happened. And even these 5 days, it's still a little bit blurry of what happened at the beginning, but please bear with me. So first things first, I got 88 wood cutting, finishing off my clan's Pick Your Poison event, and that was nice. I got a lot of wood cutting experience off of that. Unfortunately, I cut ivy, so that my team, to help my team out, so that we would get faster experience. Usually I cut eucalyptus though, and it makes a lot more money. And the only money I made off ivy was off of a couple good seeds and some nests. But no matter, our team came in second. Just barely finished second. We almost came in first, but sadly that was not the case. Moving right along, I did some summoning next. Used the kayak pouch, banking at Daemonheim with my Ring of Daemonheim, if that's how you pronounce it. I'm not sure about that. It's a bit slower than the Ring of Dueling. Well, actually, a fair bit slower, but it saves me money, and kayak pouches are so expensive now that I could use the money that I saved off of that. For gold charms, I did Barker Toads with Swamp Toads as my territory ingredient. Sorry, I can't pronounce things well. And for green charms, I did Fruit Bats with bananas. And for crimsons, I did Granite Lobsters from, obviously, Granite. Crimsons are like 3 times as fast, nearly, as green charms, and that surprised me. I was like, wow, crimsons are very fast. I mean, I knew they were one of the fastest. I'm not sure about blue, but still, 3 times as fast is like, wow. I was unsure if I was even going to pick up green charms in the future now, because they're so expensive, but I really want to get high summoning level, so I'll collect them, and I'll probably use them depending on how much money I have in the future. I got from 75 to 80 summoning, and I was actually 10k experience off of 81, but I ran out of charms, except for my blue charms, which I didn't use, because I wanted to save those for a higher level. But 80 looks a lot nicer than 81 in my stats, and I like to have even stats, so I was content with just leaving it at 80. After that, I went along to questing. I did 4 quests this week. The first one, Quiet Before the Swarm. It was a decent quest. A little bit tedious, having to go around and question all the people. And then the puzzle inside Jessica's mind, it was really annoying. I actually found it way harder than the clue scroll puzzles, even though there was less blocks, because you had to run around to move it all, and it was just kind of confusing me. But eventually I solved it, and then I finished the quest. It was a pretty easy quest. So overall, it wasn't too bad. The next quest I did was Avoid Dance. I had very mixed feelings about this quest. At some points I hated it, and at some points I loved it. And actually those points were kind of the same things. It was kind of funny. The barrel puzzle was pretty easy, though I used a guide, obviously. I'm not the best at doing puzzles by myself. Though even with guides, generally, some puzzles give me trouble, but that one was pretty easy, so I was fine with that. Tracking the pest was kind of annoying, especially at one point. I got really frustrated. I couldn't figure out which the next one led to, and then I realized that after watching a video guide that it backtracked, and then it went forward to the next spot. So that part I didn't really like. The part after that, we were at the chemist's house, and we're going to do another little puzzle activity type thing. At first I was raging because I wasn't really sure how to do it, and even though I watched a video guide, I was still unclear. Then I realized that I didn't see the instructions about the hopper where you have to put the ingredients in to change it. And after I realized I was really stupid, and I actually enjoyed it a lot. It was very fun for me, the puzzle. It was like a challenge, and it was kind of intense at points because at one point I clicked increase heat, and like it went to like overload, and it was all like, oh no, I'm gonna have to redo it. But then I finished it, and yeah, I was happy with that. The clue scroll part was pretty fun. Never done a clue scroll during a quest before, but you know, nothing special. The part where I had to fight the elite knights didn't go very well, cause you can't use prayer or they'll heal themselves, and they heal themselves even when you're not off your prayer, even when you're not using it. And so it was kind of a lose-lose situation. They kept healing themselves off my prayer, and I couldn't use it to help me. And I didn't bring that much food because I didn't have a lot of inventory space. So I ended up, and I didn't have any of my armor with me. I was just using my new skilling outfit because I think it looks awesome. Oh yay, over 5,000 amulets. Alright, sorry. Anyway, so I ended up dying. Though, ever since I bought that 6-minute grave, I've never not got back to my grave on time. Though I think at one time someone blessed it to help me. But anyways, it was still pretty awesome that I didn't lose anything at all. And even when I brought like almost a full inventory of monkfish, I still barely killed him. I probably should have brought back my armor, but I just left my skilling outfit, so I couldn't bear to change away from it. Anyways, I finally finished that fight, and I finished a Void Dance quest. Moving on to the next quest, The Void Stares Back, my first ever Grandmaster quest. It was actually a kind of short, it was a lot shorter than I expected actually, like the well, not how long it took, just mostly the storyline actually. The first part, it was okay. I finished it pretty easily without difficulty, and most of the parts without guides, and I was kind of proud of myself for that. And then, yeah, all the, well, I don't want to give away any spoilers, but it took some unexpected turns that I didn't think was going to happen. Sorry, not really sure how to say it without giving any spoilers, so I'll just move on. The next part was like a game of Conquest, and it was actually ended up being really fun. But at first, I was kind of nervous because it was different for everybody, and I lost pretty bad the first time that I tried it. But I ended up just barely winning. I think the first time the reason I lost so badly is because I didn't use any of my like things where like regenerated and stuff. I forget what they're called. Sorry, I'm rambling a bit. So anyway, I ended up beating it, and I was so happy. I was like, "Yeah, I'm awesome! I beat it all by myself," which was pretty good. And then basically right after that, I came to the boss fight, and I was like, what? The boss already? Like, because that was very short quest. Well, it wasn't very short, but it definitely didn't seem like a Grandmaster quest. I think basically the thing that made it Grandmaster was the fact that there was a really hard boss, which I think is kind of stupid. You shouldn't just make it Grandmaster because you shouldn't just make it a really hard boss and then say Grandmaster. I mean, add a hard boss to a quest that has a long storyline like while Guthix sleeps. But anyway, I'm not going to complain about it. What I am going to complain about is the boss fight. I have never fought a boss as hard as this Pest Queen. The first time I went, I only lasted about 10 seconds, and then I got Ring of Life, and yeah, and I was really discouraged, and it was like, damn it, how am I ever gonna beat this boss? I was sad. I took a while break from RuneScape for most of the rest of the day. But then in the evening I came back, and I got a little bit better food and stuff, a few more sour brews than I had the first time. And I went back the second time, and I got to like 2/3 of the way down its health. and then I had to teleport out, otherwise I would have died. But it gave me a lot more confidence about the next few times, and so the next time I went, the third time, I was pretty sure I could beat it, and I probably would have too. It was like half health, and I had like almost all my food and potions left, but I wasn't really watching my health. I was trying to kill the elite defilers, and I died. But like, since I got the 6-minute grave, I easily got back to it, especially with Sir Tiffany What-His-Face's help. And so I went a 4th time. And you know what they say, 4th time's the charm. It went really easily, besides the fact that I missed the first spec with the sword. Everything went smoothly from there, and I finished the Grandmaster quest off, and I was very happy. I was ecstatic that I beat the Queen. It was an awesome feeling. Sorry about all those notifications that keep popping up. Anyways, after I did that, I went on to a more mellow quest. The next quest that I did, I have no idea how to pronounce. Sorry about that. That is my brother. As you can see, he's such a lovely fellow. Anyway, the next quest that I did is this one, Tocket's Cat Deal, or however you pronounce that. Yeah, it was a decent quest. Not a whole lot to say about it. I like the part at the end with the tunnels and everything, and the boss was I can see that's where they got the original idea for the Dungeoneering boss, which I thought was kind of cool with like the pickaxe thing. Anyway, so I finished that quest, and now I have 278 quest points out of 312. Slowly working my way towards that quest cape, which will go awesome with my new skilling outfit. I'll just show that off here. I'm wearing the Seal of Passage because I'm on Lunar Isle. Anyway, it'll look so much better with my quest cape on, I think. I thought about getting a Saradomin book or a holy book to go with it, but I remembered that you can't take the pages out to sell back, and so I figured I'm not going to waste 1 mil just on a temporary skilling outfit, so I decided not to buy that. I was also thinking about buying a Staff of Light to go with it after I finished 99 Magic, but it's like 3 mil or like 4 mil, something around that. And I like the Mud Bell Staff anyway, so I'll probably just leave it like this. We'll see, depends if I plan on keeping this outfit for a while. And finally, the last thing that I've been doing today was training magic. I went over to the Lunar Spellbook, and I've just been sitting here in the Lunar Bank, stringing away at my gold amulets, and I achieved 92 magic, and now my total level is 2023. Oh, looking at that, I forgot to mention some other levels that I got. I got 76 crafting off of the Void Stairs Back reward. I also got 81 summoning. I didn't realize that the reward gave out 20,000 summoning experience, so I got that to 81, which is win-lose. It's not the 80 that I liked, but the nice and even stat, but it does give me a level, which, like, who doesn't want a free summoning level? So that was nice. And finally, I used the free reward experience on prayer. It had to be combat, so I chose prayer. If it wasn't, otherwise I would have done rune crafting. So I think, yeah, those are all the levels I have now. Sorry, I forgot to mention those earlier. So I have 2023 total level now. And so for next week, I'll be training some magic, doing some quests, maybe even a Barrow's Run or two. And the skill week for my clan, Surreal, next week is fishing, which I voted for because it's nice money. I like fishing, obviously, since I have 99, my only 99. And it'll help me towards my goal of 15 mil. I hope to get 14 mil or higher during the competition. So that's it for this vlog.